We are recording this call for better note-taking, follow-up, and training purposes.
Alexa, turn off.
Good afternoon, Art.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Great. How are you?
Doing well, thank you.
All right. Well, we see that it is 3:31. We're ready to get going. Are you ready to go?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Well, great.
Oh my goodness.
Well, good afternoon, everyone that is joining us. We thank you so much for being part of this training with Volusia County and OpenGov today. My name is Pam Wilski, and I am the Director of Purchasing and Contracts for Volusia County Government. With me is Jennifer Ditzler. She is my assistant director, and she is the person heading up the OpenGov initiative here at Volusia County. Art Torres is going to be our facilitator and trainer today, and he is our representative from OpenGov, and he is going to take you all as our vendors through the training process. Jennifer and myself, we're going to act as the moderators today. So if you have questions as we go through, I imagine Art is going to mute everyone. If you have questions as you go through, if you can type them in the chat, Jennifer and I will monitor the questions, and then we will facilitate those with Art. And we have an hour planned for today. So I believe Art will be able to take you through everything that you need to know. I'm going to let Jennifer just tell you a little bit about OpenGov and what we've got going on here at Volusia County.
So good afternoon, everybody. Thank you again for joining us. I'm going to let Art take over so he's got a lot of ground to cover. But just a couple things, just so you know, as vendors, this training will be posted to our Volusia County website. So if you ever need to go back or if you want to share for any of your colleagues that are not as familiar with OpenGov, so that will be posted. And we also are in the process of doing some housekeeping on our website, transitioning from our current provider from Mercell over to OpenGov. So kind of lots of things are going on. And of course, if you have any questions at all, feel free to contact me. And as Pam had already stated, if you haven't already, please go ahead and mute your audio, and Pam will be, and myself will be checking for messages in the chat. So with that, we'll leave it over to you, Art.
Hey, great, thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Art Torres, and I'm the implementation consultant here for the procurement department at Volusia County. I'm with OpenGov. So today we want to share with you how to participate and learn about bids from Volusia County and participate in them when they are posted. So without further ado, I'll go ahead and get started here. I'm going to share my screen here in a second. Okay, so you should be seeing my screen with the Volusia County website, and on so typically when you come to the county's website, you can navigate to the purchasing department, which I typically do by typing in purchasing. It will take us to different pages that are applicable to the purchasing department. Here we see that the county is transitioning over from their current provider, which is Negometrics, over to OpenGov. So when the transition is complete, you'll navigate to this page, and then it'll take you to the solicitations that are available or that are now posted, that will be posted through OpenGov. There will be somewhere here you'll be able to click in here, and it'll take you directly to that website. However, we want to start from the very beginning. So when the county posts a new project for any solicitation, whether it's a request for a bid or request for proposal, notifications are going to be going out to bidders. I'm registered as a bidder with I just created an account with the county, and this is my email address. And I got a notice through my email address that the county has posted a project. I click on this, and it'll bring me to this test project. So you will be receiving this type of notification as soon as you do the following. So I'm going to click on view opportunity, and it'll take me to the county website portal. Obviously, this is the test project, and we're notifying everybody not to bid. Although some of you probably got notifications of this already. But at this point, as a new vendor, a potential vendor, I see that there is an opportunity here. There's a summary of what the project is going to have, any background information, who are the contact people, as well as a timeline, which telling me that, hey, this project was just released, and the due date is January 17th. So I would familiarize myself with the project. I would look at the terms and conditions, all of the things that the county is looking for, the scope of work, make sure that it's something that I can provide. There's a pricing proposal, which shows the items that are to be bid, and a vendor questionnaire, which are items that the county wants me to respond to so I can build my proposal. There's some additional definitions that I need to be mindful of, and there's some attachments that the county has provided. So after I view this and it looks like it's something that I want to participate in, I would like to associate myself with this project. So I see here that there's a draft response button. But before I show you that, I can see that there's documents to be downloaded. I could download these documents. There's a tag for addenda and notices. And it looks like there's already a addendum that was issued. There's a question and answer tag. It looks like there's a couple of questions that were already asked by others. And there's a followers tab, which shows me that there's already some competitors looking at this project, and it tells me who they are. Now, this is important, not just to find out who you may be bidding against, but in some cases you may want to partner with some folks. So you can see if they're interested, you might want to contact them and partner with them to respond to the solicitation. So there's also an opportunity for me to give a courtesy no bid. If I was to see the documents and I'm not interested, I can always click a no bid, let the county know that I'm not interested in this particular project. But I'm going to try and start drafting a response. So once I do that, I need to enter my email address. And I'm actually signing up. So okay, go back to my bid. Oh, let me log out here. I'm logged in as let me try again. I'm sorry. So if I click on the view opportunity from my email address and I start drafting a response, I need to enter my email address and a password. Of course. Yeah. Excuse me 1 second. The best laid plans. I haven't signed up yet. That's what's going on. So I need to create my account. I'll start with my email address. So all you need to do is enter your email account. You have successfully signed up, but I have to go to my email to recoup the activation email. So I'll go to my email address, and in my inbox, I see that I have an email from OpenGov. I click into that, and now I can activate my account. So now I have a welcome pop-up, and I can start entering my information. So I need to create a password. And it should be a secure password. So now I can activate my account. So I need to activate an account to be able to draft a solicitation. So that's what I was doing wrong. So now that I have created an account, I can start drafting a response. But I also want to point out that there's an events RSVP. If I look into this, it's a pre-proposal meeting on December 20th, and I can show that I would be attending by clicking on attend. And now I have RSVP to that pre-proposal meeting, which here was shown in the timeline, the pre-proposal meeting, December 20th. And the county would like to know who is coming. So if you can RSVP, that would be great. So at this point, I'll go ahead and start drafting a response. So as I do that, I haven't created a profile yet. In order to view the documents, as you saw, I need to provide as an email address. But if I'm going to actually submit a proposal, I need to create a profile. So I'll go ahead and start updating my profile. And I'll enter my information. I don't need to complete the ones that are optional, but I like the county to know what I do. So I'll let them know. So now I'm beginning to create a proposal. I'm also being asked if I would like to subscribe to get additional projects when they're listed. Of course I do, so I'll hit subscribe. And I'm getting some notices here from our OpenGov vendor helpline, so that if I run into a problem while I'm working on my proposal, I can always click on this chat box and I can get help, live help from OpenGov. And so if you have a problem with your password or you're having trouble navigating the software, please use this blue chat bubble as opposed to contacting the county. We'd be able to help you, where the county cannot help you with that. So I'll go ahead and start completing my company information.
Art,
Yes,
can we just ask you to pause for a quick question real quick before you go much further?
of
So we
course.
had a question. It says, if already an active account for I already have an active account for OpenGov. Do I still need to set up a new account profile, or can I use the account I currently have and just subscribe to Volusia County?
That would be the latter. So if you already subscribed with OpenGov, just subscribe to follow project with Volusia County, and your information will carry over. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so one of the things that the county would like to see is for me to agree that if there's any addenda that I will abide by it. So of course I'm saying yes, but I see that there's also one addendum that was already issued, and there was a trench safety document that was added, and some information. They want to make sure that I acknowledge receipt of the addendum, so I don't jeopardize my status. So I would open up the document. I'm not going to do that now, but I will open up the document, review it, make sure that I can comply, and acknowledge that I received the addendum. So at this point, I can save my progress and go away and come back, or I can continue, which I will. So here, these are questions that the county is asking these questions, but this is really how I'm putting my proposal together. So there's going to be yes or no questions. Hopefully you'll read all this information and agree to the different items that they're asking. Here, do I agree with E-Verify compliant requirements? Yes. Of course, I'm skimming through this, but I would need to make sure that I can comply with what they're asking. Now, there's going to be some questions that are actually documents that I need to provide. So here, the county is asking me to complete and upload the federal contract provisions. So they're providing the document for me to download. I would download it, which I just did. I would open it, complete it, sign it, whatever has to happen, and then I can just drop it back in here once it's complete. And now I have complied with that requirement. Now, one note here is that you can download the document, but if you happen to grab the wrong document, you could be non-responsive if you upload the wrong information. So be very careful that the document that you do download and execute is the same one that you upload. Here, unfortunately, there's liquidated damages on this project, so I need to confirm that I'm going to abide by that. I have a bid bond to download, so I can download the bid bond form, execute it, purchase my bid bond, and upload it again, go back to the county. and they're asking me to read this and make sure that I agree with this. Of course I do. I need to attest to this information, and this is bold, so this is probably very important to the county. So I'm going to say yes. Basically, I'm answering these questions to demonstrate that I can comply and fulfill what they're asking for. Here, they're asking for the complete name and title of the authorized agent. So I will enter my information. And then the scope of work, let's see, by checking yes. Okay. All right, this should be a yes or no question. Something happened here, but I'm going to just say yes. And there will be some questions where you can enter type information like this one. And then there's revisions. Now I need to upload my proof of insurance. Granted, at this point, this is just for information. If I am, if I do get selected, I'm going to have to provide a certificate of insurance with an additional insured endorsement. Here's my bid submittal form that I need to upload. These are documents that they're not providing, but these are documents that I'm creating that I need to upload. I'm just grabbing random documents. They would like to see a copy of my W-9. I will upload that as well. Drug-free workplace, yes. And certification regarding department, I'm all good with that. Now, if I didn't comply with this, I would have to respond to no. If I responded no to this question, I would have to give a response, but I would say none, because it's not applicable to me. Here I need to attach my licenses or certifications. And I need to provide my delivery or availability time frame. I can say I can meet the deliveries required. And then they provided references form for me to fill out and complete and upload. So I've done that. Oh, boy. Excuse me. I lost my page. Sorry about that. So I will upload my references and continue. At any time, I can just save the progress and then come back to it. So here I have a pricing table that I need to complete. Typically, I'm going to enter my unit price. The system is going to automatically total depending on the quantity, so I don't have to do any math work. I just simply enter my pricing. So now my total bid is $39,536. So you want to verify that your pricing is correct. In the past, if you made a math error, that would be able to be corrected. But in this case, there will be no math errors. You just have to make sure that your unit costs are going to be are accurate and they're what you want to bid. So you don't want to transpose numbers, anything like that. You can export your information to Excel if you want to. And then I will continue. So here I have an opportunity to update my logo. I'm sorry, I can drop in my logo here. I can update my company information. For example, one thing that you will want to do is select the category code that you deal in. For example, if I click on edit, me say what I've done. So if I select my category code, okay. So I can edit my company information. That's what I'm trying to show here. So I can add anything here that I need to do. Back to my proposal. So I'll continue. So here's
Hey,
a
Art?
yes, ma'am.
We got a question that goes right back to right where you were just previously.
Mhm.
It said I had issues uploading my logo. It keeps cutting off regardless of the size of the JPEG. Any suggestions?
Yeah, the best thing to do for that is to click on the blue chat bubble, and it has to be a certain size, and we have the size at the appropriate size. So if you don't mind, click on the chat bubble and ask that question there, and someone will reply with an answer for that. Okay, so I can continue. I've already answered a lot of my questions. I'll continue with my proposal. I've entered my pricing. So in order for me to submit my proposal, I need to make sure that I have all green check marks. A couple of things here. In the questionnaire, there may be some questions that are optional. If you don't answer the optional questions, you're going to get a warning here. It's not going to be green, but if it's an optional question, the system will say, you missed an optional question. Are you sure you want to proceed? If you say yes, you can still submit your proposal. If you missed a required question, then you'll get a red signal and you won't be able to proceed. So if you are ready to proceed at this point, you can submit the proposal. But before I do that, I want to go back to the project information and look at the questions and answers that were asked. So there was one question that had to do with a data extension request.
It's in the Q&A right now.
So the county the county was asked if there could be a time extension on the for this due date. The county responded that time extension is not possible. And then there was another question. Someone was asking if the county would consider California bidders, and the county said that all bidders are eligible as long as they're qualified. But if I wanted to ask a question of my own, and by the way, I get a reminder here that questions are due in 14 days, so I can ask a question of my own. And I'm interested in alternate materials. I can say, well, the county consider alternate materials. So for example, if I want to substitute one material for another, I would give some details and ask that question. So I can submit my question that way. And until the county vets the question and answer it, it's going to look this way to me. Now, I can see the questions that I asked, and I can see questions that others asked, but I can't see the company's names. I can only see the ones that I submitted, of course. If I need to edit my question, I can always come in and edit it. It's important that if you do have questions, please be mindful of the due date of the questions, which is in the initial introduction section. But ask questions because you want to make sure that your bid is going to be considered and you have all the right information. Now, what happens is I wrote this question specifically about the time extension because many times that question comes in multiple times. So if you were going to ask the same question, you can avoid having to write a question because you already see that the county said there's going to be no extensions on this project. So take a look at the questions that have been asked by others. They may answer your question or may clear something up for you. But if you do have a questions, definitely submit it. Now, I'm gonna continue with my proposal. I'm gonna go to the end and submit my proposal. So my proposal was submitted. I have a confirmation here, but you know, I'm always worried about that. So I wanted to go to my email, look at my email account, and okay, I should have it. I should get an email. Okay, I got an email that my account was completed. But I will get an email letting me know that my proposal was submitted. So here's the email that I just got. And it's telling me that my proposal for this project was submitted. So I can click in and go back in and see my proposal. But you may want to keep this to confirm that your proposal was in fact submitted. So that's a nice to have. So you have peace of mind that your proposal was completed, even though you do have this information here. You go to the project information. If you're interested to see who else is bidding, you can look at the followers list, and you can see that there's other companies that have shown some interest in this. These are the other vendors. Doesn't mean that they have bid, but these are the other vendors that were either notified or found out on their own and decided to follow the project. So you can see all that activity. If you want to share this information with those others in your company, you can click on the email. You can post your proposal interest to one of the social media sites if you are so inclined. And if you do have questions on the project, you can always click on the question and answer process.
Hey.
And now, if for some reason your proposal, you needed to change your proposal, like you forgot something or you made a mistake. Let's say that I made an error in the pricing. The towing kit is supposed to be $1,200, not $123. So I can revise my proposal by clicking on submitting. If I submit my proposal, it's going to be retracted, and it's as if I didn't bid. So I need to be careful with that. If I want to do that, I will go ahead and unsubmit my proposal. And now my proposal is not submitted. It's been retracted. So I can go to the pricing section and I can edit my pricing. I missed a 0, so that would be very important for me. So I want to make sure that's correct. Now that I made that correction, I can go back to my proposal and resubmit my proposal. And the county will now have my proposal. And now I have a second confirmation that my proposal was submitted. And of course, I have a subsequent email as well to let me know that I submitted my proposal, but I can edit that proposal. Another thing that could happen is once you submitted your proposal, the county might issue an addendum. If that's the case, you're going to get an email saying that that there was an addendum issued against your proposal. If that happens, no need to panic. You just come back into your proposal, unsubmit that proposal, view the addendum, acknowledge it, and then you can resubmit. That way you don't have a risk of being disqualified. So it's great to submit early, but if you submit too early, you might be faced with a change that could need your attention. There was also an addenda notices. There was also a notice here, which is an official notice. It's just the county letting us know that some offices may be closed during the holiday period. So this doesn't have to be acknowledged, but it's good information, something that you might, they want you to know. So please keep an eye out for notices as well. And the other thing I wanted to share with you is that on the downloads, I didn't do it, but you can click on the project documents and download all of the documents, including the addenda. And you can download those selected items. Let's say you only want the addenda. You can just download the addenda, and you can have that in a hard copy or keep it separately for whatever reason. And if you would like to, also you can visit the Help Center. if you have, these are questions that, this is like a manual, if you would. For example, proposals. You can enter information, any information that is pertaining to a vendor will be here. So you can see how to edit or withdraw your proposal after it's been submitted, which we just covered. So you can unsubmit the proposal, and I'll give you screenshots. So we want you to be successful and have a good experience. So we definitely want you to be as informed as possible. And if there's I can't think of anything else, but if there's any other questions, please let me know. And if you have further questions after today that pertain to the software, it's best to go through the blue chat bubble. Are there any other questions, Pam?
Art, I don't see any other questions in the chat. We had a few others, but they were kind of things that we could respond to. So I hope everybody was kind of looking at the chat and following along. But otherwise, I don't think so. I don't see anything else. Does anyone else have anything for us?
I can share one more issue that is not exclusive to Volusia, but that could be helpful to the vendors. Up here at the top, you can check awards. Any contract that you've been awarded will be here. If you have any checklists from a customer from Volusia, the things that they need from you, they can send you a checklist. You can see the subscriptions, which other agencies you may be subscribed to. But if you click on network, this one's really valuable. If you click on network, you could see what other opportunities are out there from our other customers that might interest you. These are real life bids that you might want to bid on. So you can click on any one of these and start that process again with each one of the bidders, with each one of the customers, these agencies, which is Arizona School District. This is New Smyrna Beach, City of New Smyrna Beach. So you can see there's Alachua County and Seminole County, both in Florida, and Tampa International Airport. Few customers that might interest you. So if you click on network, you can interact with those customers as well and subscribe with them, etc.
So, did have one other question that popped in, and I think I can answer this, but we'll go with the first one. It says, if you have questions or concerns on any of the questionnaire items, who or how do you get clarification? So I would say immediately that you can post those questions in the Q&A section, correct?
Yes.
And then also, I am assuming that our contact information is out here somewhere. And then also you can also contact via email the procurement analyst that's handling that project directly. If you had a question like, do I need to upload my W-9, or do I need to, my insurance isn't up to date, it's going to be updated in the next week. Is it okay if I include the one I have now? Simple things like that. You certainly are welcome to reach out to us directly, and you'll see who the analyst is on. When we have a real project, there'll be an email address and a phone number there for you to our office. You also can go out to our website at www.volusia.org, and you can see our staff contacts there as well, and reach out to us that way also. We had one other question. It said, how would we submit pricing if there are price changes throughout the year? So that's going to be for us also here at Volusia County. So you're going to submit your pricing based on what the current solicitation is asking for. If it is something that we are asking to hold your price for a period of time, we're going to tell you in that solicitation document. We do work with our vendors. We generally, for commodities specifically, put in price redetermination language so that on the anniversary date, you can submit a request to adjust your pricing accordingly. We also have in most of our solicitations a clause for unusual costs. So if something unusual happens in the marketplace that you as a bidder could not know about at the time of bidding, something that happens unusual that you can justify, we will also consider those at that time. And that is the last question that I see. Do we have any other questions? So Art, I am not seeing any other questions. Is there anything else you want to share with the group today?
No, I think, no, I think we've covered everything. I want to encourage you to use the system and definitely follow the rules, particularly the question and answer process. That's really your best bet to get information from the county on a particular bid. And if we can help you with any
Absolutely.
technical issues, access the Blue Chat Bowl.
So absolutely. Well, everyone, we are looking forward to this. We will be going live with this as of January 1, which really will be January 3rd when we return from the New Year's holiday. But we are starting to actively work, and we will be posting documents as of January, at the 1st of January, and be ready to start receiving responses in OpenGov. If you are a current vendor with Volusia County, we will be running some parallel systems. We have things that are currently out on Mercell that are closing in January or February. So those items that are posted to Mercell will remain there, and you will respond there. So that'll still be available to you. Also, if you want to download any information off of Mercell, it will be there probably, I would imagine, through the middle to late February. If there's any information you're wanting to get there as well. But as of any new projects going out, as of January 1, everything will be posted on OpenGov. All right. Well, we thank all of you for your time today. Again, as we mentioned, this training is being recorded. And as soon as we receive the recording from OpenGov, upload it out on our website at www.volusia.org, the / symbol and the word purchasing, and it'll be on that first main page when you come to the purchasing homepage. And so from us at Volusia County and Art at OpenGov, we thank you all very much.
Thank you.